second team all Big East.
Pretty cool experience so far. I think it'll be kind of fun going in the Garden, taking care of business during conference tournament.
Did you expect to get recognized in all of this season?
Wasn't really worried about that. More trying to avoid a playing game in the tournament. We did that, so I'm pretty proud of this group.
Does it give you a little validation about your journey, about proving to yourself that when you receive accolades such as that?
Yeah, I think it gives you a little bit of that, but the whole time coming here, I was more worried about just getting better, bettering myself, and I feel like I've accomplished that here.
Coming off that tough loss on senior day, what's the message like in the locker room, and what's the intensity like with the team?
You just got to be more intentional, be more detailed in our prep. Now it's lose or go home, and we want to be in New York for a while, so we got to make sure that we're taking care of business today, tomorrow, and Wednesday to ensure that that doesn't happen.
Did you wonder at all when you came here how your game might translate to the Big East, where it's physical? Obviously, there's a lot of big-time players. Did you wonder coming to Creighton how you fit in, or if your game would work?
Yeah, I had a few doubts about that, just with the speed of the game, the athleticism, the physicality, and the size. But after the first couple games, kind of settled in and found that rhythm and that groove. It's been a fun experience ever since.
Do you pay attention to where you guys are at with the experts and whatever? I mean, some say you're on the bubble, some say you're in. What do you feel going into this training? Do you still have work to do to get into the dance?
Yeah, and regardless of if we're in or not, we want to be playing our best basketball. And to do that, we got to make sure we win a few games out in the Garden, so we got to be focused on that.
Have you ever been at the Garden before? What's it going to be like to play in there?
Never been there, but it's a bucket list arena, that's for sure, so it'll be a neat experience.
Not many people have played there. Is there a lot of guys who played have any Garden experience?
To my knowledge,
it's not like you guys can swap stories or say, hey, what's this like playing in the Garden?
Yeah, to my knowledge, not a lot of experience there, so let's go make some memories.
2-0 against Marquette already this year. What do you expect to see them on Saturday?
I think it'll be a physical game. Marquette's a great team. We've had two really close games with them. I'm sure it'll be a lot of the same. We'll just have to make sure we execute our scout.
Was it a different matchup without R2 out there for you guys? Because you had him the last 2 times before.
Yeah, that changes things a lot for us. But now we kind of got to hang our hat on being a gritty and grinded out team defensively. And I think we can do that.
Ryan Kalkbrenner, what's the player of the year?
Yeah, it's awesome. Well deserved. As I told him, this isn't that award isn't something you nominate someone for or you lobby for. It's the coaches in our league kind of doing a deep dive into who has impact defensively for their respective teams, and for him to be selected as the one that has the most impact is not a surprise to me, and I'm extremely proud of him, extremely happy for him, and glad that the coaches around the league recognize what he does for us.
You think we not only recognize him, but maybe your team defense?
Well, our team defense has been at or near the top of the league all year, so I don't know what you'd have to do anymore to get that recognized. But it's been a big reason we've been able to be successful. Our offensive numbers are not what they've been in the past, and that's okay. There's a lot of different ways to win in this game, but defensively we've been pretty consistent, and he's the anchor of that.
Your offense has kind of come and gone throughout the year, but defensively you've been so consistent. The same with Kalkbrenner. How consistent has he been? He's been like a rock.
Yeah, I really think, and I know this because I just was preparing for Marquette. I think the Marquette game at home was, I think, the only game, if I'm not mistaken, he ever got to 4 fouls. And, very seldom does he get to 3 fouls. So the number of minutes that he's playing, what we ask him to do, there's contact in there all the time in our ball screen coverage, and obviously with them trying to attack him at the rim. But he's a very intellectual player defensively. A lot of shot blockers leave their feet all the time. He just leaves his feet part of the time, and he's got an innate ability to understand when to and when not to, when he can get the job done by standing on the floor, not putting himself in a position where he can get in foul trouble. So his intelligence on that end of the floor has made it hard for opposing coaches to try to figure out a way to get him in foul trouble and get him off the floor.
When you look at like the best players in this league, especially if you scan the first, second team, all freshman, things like that, like there's a lot of players who like to play 15 feet in. How much does like their game planning center around Ryan's ability to create that area before being able to score in efficient area?
Yeah, I mean we live in a world of analytics, right? So it's 3-point shots and it's layups, free throws. I mean that's what coaches are trying to get at the end of the day, and because he can take away layups, it allows us to take away 3-point shots because we don't have to get in rotations. And also, when you're in rotations, that's when a lot of fouls happen. So you're able to kind of keep people off the free throw line as a result of that. So, his skill set really has allowed us to build our defense the way we have this year. It's totally different than any way we've defended in the 12 years I've been here. But our job as coaches, you take the strengths of your team, you try to figure out the way to put them in the best position to be successful. And with this team defensively, we determined that early that this was going to be the best chance. And, they've embraced it and they've worked really hard. And obviously Ryan being the anchor, that's been huge.
What would you attribute his stride, conditioning, his physicality, his intelligence, like the different players at this point last year? I wonder if you got any conversation with him, Jalen, any conversation, just help him kind of understand what he needs to do this year.
We've talked about the process with him, really with the entire team this season, and he's improved certainly from last March to this March. The jump is incredible. But just go back and look from November to December, and then from December to January, from January to where we are today now. He's got better every month, and he just sticks with it. He takes pride in being able to watch some film and take what he can learn off the film into the game. He's got a great work ethic, and his attitude's been incredible. So, I'm not surprised by the development because he works extremely hard. Big guys, it all happens at different times, and you heard me say that before. But not often does it happen as fast as it does. I thought it would probably be more gradual, but his work ethic has allowed it to really take off.
How much, going into this conference tournament, how much work do you still have to do to feel confident with the game? Or do you feel no matter what happens, you guys are in it?
Yeah, I think we're in the tournament. As you look at our resumes compared to other teams, the last 12 or 14 teams, whatever it is, some of them have quad one wins. Not every quad one win is the same. And we have several on the road, and that's what really separates us, from some of our peers that are in a similar situation. And we've played pretty good basketball the last 5 or 6 weeks, and with a lot of adverse things happening on our team, with Hart going down, and Kalkbrenner getting hurt at UConn, and AO getting hurt against Marquette, R2 getting hurt against St. John's, and being out for the year. Like, we've had to deal with some stuff, which would maybe make the committee take pause and let's take a look, is this team really worthy? Well, then we beat UConn, we lose a close one to Seton Hall. So I think we've proven that we're very capable, even with a lineup that's been decimated by injuries.
Can that be freeing to your guys, knowing that they can play a little loose, knowing that there's not as much pressure per se? Or?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's okay that they think that we're not in. But you asked me my opinion, not what I'm going to tell them. I think they're just, you think about it. Alex O'Connell played a little bit at Madison Square Garden last year in front of 3,000 people, as did Ryan Kalkbrenner. Nobody on this team has ever been in the building, so we got to get across that hurdle first. We got to get them to the game Wednesday night, get the awe out of their eyes of being in the Garden, and then we got to get them ready to play a game Thursday. And because it's a second game, you get 20 minutes on the court is all before the game. So you're not going to be very acclimated to the building and the surroundings. But I know they cherish the opportunity to keep playing together as long as they can.
Going back to the first 2 matchups against Marquette, you did very well limiting all Big East player Justin Lewis. Is he going to continue to be a point of emphasis on Thursday, and what do you expect to see from them?
Yeah, I mean, if Justin Lewis isn't a point of emphasis, you're not very smart. He's really talented. He can score in a lot of ways, and we've guarded him big, we've guarded him small, and we've had some some success with both. We don't have as much flexibility and versatility now defensively with our 2 out as we had before, simply because we're limited by numbers. So we're going to have to be creative with how we go about it this trip. And obviously they're not lacking for motivation. They've lost a couple games to us that certainly could have gone either way.
When you look at Gregory, Kyrie, and now Ryan, they all won Defensive Player of the Year in their second year under you. I'm just curious if you can think of any common traits that they all kind of made in that second year jump that allowed them to have the seasons they had as sophomores.
Yeah, I mean, they all got better. Kyrie made a huge jump from freshman to sophomore, as did Ryan. Gregory's was a little different. He wasn't eligible to the semester, so he didn't really have that full year under his belt with our program. But he was such a dominant force, especially in the Valley. But I'm not sure what it mattered what league we were in with him. He was so talented and strong and physical down on that low block, much like Ryan. Last year in some ways you had to start your defensive plan. Like, how are we going to defend the post? Because we were smaller and there was Christian within 6'7". When Gregory played for us, we never ever thought about that. Go ahead and throw it to the post all you want. And really, the philosophy's been the same with Ryan. Go if you want to throw it in there 100 times a game, throw it in there 100 times a game. Good luck. They've all made great progress. They've all worked hard, and they've all taken pride in the role that we've asked them to play, which is pretty cool as well.
Now, what does it mean to you to win the Defensive Player of the Year? How big of an honor is that for you?
I mean, it's a huge honor. Got to beat out some other great defensive players. Just for me, it's just showing that the work's paying off. It wasn't always smooth sailing this year, so just kept with it. It's paying off for me.
What would you attribute? What did you think about something that was really crucial to how this year has turned out for you? What do you feel like right on top of it? What come to mind when you think about that? What would you attribute it to?
I think I just have to say it's like the people of this team really sticking with me and believing in me, just helping me, supporting me to stay with it when I was struggling, because I had a little slump in the middle of the year. It's just that they believed in me, knew that I could do what I was doing, and I just stayed with it, and I finished strong, and that really helped me get to Defensive Player of the Year.
When you scan up and down all conference teams, there's a lot of guys who like to play downhill, either with the back of the basket or coming right at you from space. What has it been like to deal with the different types of versatile players that could attack the rim in different ways this year?
I think for me, it's just you got to simple it down sometimes. Sometimes the best thing you can do when players coming at you is ball up, just make the shot tough. They're going to make a few shots and play a few tough shots, and you got to live with it. And as long as you know you made the shot tough, you keep doing your job. So, they attack you in different ways, but at the end of the day, you just try to keep it simple.
Is that a hard process to learn up here?
I think when you figure out that that's the way to keep from fouling, it's easy to learn it because it keeps me on the court.